Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. And something people were asking me before, like they really enjoyed this show. They're like, Chuck, what it's all about. So I'm just going to give you some information before we bring on our special guest. So Jump, I do a podcast show, and people were asking me, Chuck, we don't see you. Where's your face? We'd like to see you and your guest. So what I did is I did two shows. So I have Jump Podcast Live, which is you're watching right now. And then I also have Jump Podcast on the podcast network. So you can always just go right here, jumppodcastshow.com, and you can see all my special guests. We get more in depth into our questions, more information and what we want to do. But if you have something special coming up and you want to know, you let the people know what's going out there and you want to go live, you can always call me, send me an email right here at 416-414-8964 and some information. And then, we'll get you live on the show. Like this next gentleman I'm about to bring to you, he's a good friend of mine. He actually helped me buy this castle that I'm living in right now. And we thank him for that because, when you're looking for something that you really need, he knows I'm an entertainer. He knows I want my studio. He knows I want this, I want that. It took us a while, but he always gets what you need. So I want to bring into you a friend of mine, and he's going to be your friend after the show, Mr. Roger Townsend. Roger.
Charles, how you doing?
There you are. I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
So I just wanted to reach out and let everybody know that you are the man. It's funny enough, when we first got together and then you're helping us, sell our house and buy ourselves, we used to see your posters in Brampton. And every time we pass, my kids are always like, there's Uncle Roger. So I'm always looking for Uncle Roger. And he's like, no, you're on the billboard. So it's good to have you on the show, my friend. How you doing?
Thank you. It's an honor to be on your show. I've seen it many times, and I'm glad that you finally called me and allowed me to come onto your show. I feel like I'm big time now. You made it.
Well, it's good because something, you got something going on, and people need to hear it. And I know you can help a lot of people. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I get this out there. So tell everybody a little bit more about your backstory before we get into it.
Well, before I do, I actually wanted to put it on my Facebook. How do I do that? Because I think this is great information that should be shared with your people, with my people as well. Yeah, if you're on my link, my Facebook post, you just hit the share button and then it goes right out. Facebook? Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, so just if you're watching right now, you just go to my Facebook post and it all goes right out.
All right, hold on. Bear with me here.
Not a problem.
I'm a newbie on this, so okay. So I hit share now?
Yep, just hit share, and then we have some people that will come in. So already we have one person online watching. Aaron, thank you for Aaron for watching. Aaron is live. He's also on there as well. So yeah, we'll also get comments. And here's the other thing too about why I do this as well. If you're watching and you wanted some information, don't hesitate to ask a question. I will actually bring it on so the viewers can actually ask you the question itself. So all the information you're giving, our viewers will actually see it and they can ask the questions as well.
Okay, I think I'm good now. I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. So.
All right. So what I was going to ask is tell us a little bit about your backstory. Let the people know how long you've been doing this for and, what you do. And then we'll get into what you have coming up.
Well, I got into the real estate game, I'd say, in 1999. And bought a property, and basically I was working with an agent, and I told her what I wanted. I looked in the area. I basically did absolutely everything with the exception of writing the offer. And I said, something's wrong here. So I said, you know what, if I'm going to be investing in real estate, I might as well get my license. Because that way I'd have more access to stuff. And then as I was starting to do it, I realized that in our community, we have a lot of people that don't understand how to get into home ownership and how to get themselves in a better situation. So I decided to make it a ministry because I believe wholeheartedly that you always need to give back, not only to the next generation, but to people that can use your help at all times. So what I focused on was basically first-time home buyers. And I have a few clients that are still clients today, thank God, that I was able to get into a home. I have one client in particular. I hope she's watching. I'm not going to say her name just in case. But she was, I remember she came to me and she says, Roger, I'm a renter. I'm always going to be a renter. I said, no, you have to change that mentality. So what we did is I showed her how she can get into her first home. And she got into her first home, if memory serves me, with as little as $5,000 at the time. So she
Okay.
bought the home, and she's been a big advocate of mine ever since. And I love her to death. I was actually talking to her this morning, and I just love where she's gotten to. So basically, just to continue the story, so she bought this home. She lived in it, I believe, for 5 or 6 years, and then we ended up selling it for double the price that she paid for it. So then we ended up getting into another home. She was all paranoid. Oh my gosh, Roger, I'm homeless. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? And I said, don't worry, I got you. I got you. So we went to Orangeville. We went all over Brampton. Then I finally found her home. And long story short, she ended up buying this home without putting another dollar into the home, just using equity that she got for the first home. And now, single mom, doing everything on her own. Like, you know what? She is just somebody you have to really look out to. I always love supporting the single moms because I know there's a lot, unlike you and I, Chuck, you know how it is. There's a lot of guys that don't handle the business, right? They don't take care of the kids, and they just basically just exist. They like to breed the world, and they just don't realize that they have to impart in the kids' lives. So she was doing it on her own. She was raising up her kids, working 2 jobs to make ends meet. And you know what? If you're watching, I applaud you, because you know what? You are what it's about. So she bought the first home, sold it, bought the second home, and now the home she bought is probably worth around $600,000, and it's all based on the 5,000 seed that she started off with.
And then, so this is what people fail to understand, that like when I was growing up, I didn't know that a home is an investment, right? Mm-hmm. It's equity. You can do different things on it. It's something that is yours, it's tangible. But the thing is, you got to get out there. You got to take that first step and get out there and do what you got to do.
And it's scary, but the truth of the matter is, all you need to do is you need to connect with people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you could repeat that first part one more time again.
It is scary, but you know what? As I tell my clients all the time, I'm there to hold your hand, right? Okay. And I want to make sure that they understand that. Just put your trust and faith in me, and I will not lead you astray. There's a lot of agents out there. What they do is they make money on this purchase sale, and they say, see ya. And I don't do that. Okay. I always try to make myself active. I have a large database of different providers and services that if they need things done, we help them get them done. Repairs, renovations, financing, whatever it may be, right? So I always want to make myself readily available to make sure I hold their hand. And I'm not going to be taking off after the sale. I make sure I'm still there so that if they come into any type of trials, tribulations, I can help them out. So I believe that once I'm able to impart in their lives, that I can help them get where they need to go. And you know what, make big things happen. So she's one example. I have many others that I've been able to help. You guys can always feel free to go to my website. There it is. That's the email. Website is callroger.ca. You can check out our testimonials. I have clients, I'll just throw names out there. Makisha, Miles, one of my biggest advocates. She has a video on there. Kwame Lennon, Nicole Phillips. There's some people there you can watch. I don't know if any of you know them, but if you do know them, you can hear the testimonials. Completely unsolicited thoughts. Actually, after Makisha spoke, I almost teared up when the things that she said. It was very inspiring, and I appreciate that very much. A lot of love for you, Makisha, if you're watching. But the whole point is that what I try to do is I try to let people see that how we operate. So by going to our testimonial page, there's a good chance you may see somebody that you know that can give you an idea of what we're about. And that way, you know, it's legit. We're not paying anybody to say things about us. We just want people to understand that we're there to help. We're there to make a difference. And that's what we do. And that's why we do different events that we do. We have one coming up on Saturday for home buyers to get some more information. And we just want to be able to impart in our community to help out and let them understand that it's not as scary as you think, and we're there to hold your hand to make sure that all your questions are answered and that we can help you get where you need to go.
All right. So speaking of your event, let's just do this. All right. And there it is. All right. So it's May the 11th, 2019 at 3 p.m. Right. It's in Mississauga. And then I see here you have 2, 4, 6, 8 members. Is this all the people on your team?
Well, yes and no. They're not all quote unquote on my team, but they're a part of the team because the way we work, I own my own brokerage, but I don't call it a brokerage. I call it a team. Everybody that works with me they're not working for me, they work with me. So everybody that's on that flyer is either one of our agents or one of our partners. So you'll have Tahir Jackson, a really close friend of mine, also a client that does mortgages, he does investments, he does insurance, and he'll be there because we need the people to understand that life doesn't only stop at real estate. You need to protect that investment. You need to think of your future. I just have a friend of mine that's unfortunate. He passed away in December, literally the day before my birthday, and 40 years old. I think it was 40 or 41. I can't remember. He left behind 2 children, and it was tragic. You know what? Nobody expected it, and he just left. And you know what? When you look at things like that, we're all of the age now where we're starting to see tragedies. And tragedy waits for him. God waits for no man. When God is ready for you to call you, and you got to go, right? And you want to make sure that you're set up, that you're ready, that when your time comes, not only are you right with the Lord to make sure that you're going to go in the right place, but you also want to make sure that everybody you leave behind is set up. So whether it be through home ownership, so you actually have a nest egg to give them, or through insurance to make sure that if something tragic happens, you're able to make sure that everything's taken care of. So Ty's come on board with the team just to be able to help out my clients. Siobhan is also one of our partners. She does mortgages just to make sure that everybody's taken care of, to understand the financial aspect of what they have to do to get in that situation. So once again, to answer your question, yes, they're part of my team, and it's what we do. We want to impact lives. Actually, one of the things that I brought on for 2019, our new mantra for my team, is changing lives. And that's to make sure that we can, every transaction we do, it's not about the money, it's because we're changing somebody's life, whether it be a rental, whether it be a sale, because they're moving to a different stage in their life with their living accommodations, we are actually changing their lives. So we're trying to change. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So here it is. I think I was doing some pull-ups here, and let's see if I can pull it up, and there it is.
Yes.
So, but because you also have this slogan that I want to make sure that everybody that knows about it. It says your home sold, guaranteed, or we'll buy it. So why put that out there?
Well, you know what? We are so confident in what we do that we want to give people assurance that when they come with us to sell their home, that we are going to make sure it's sold. And we'll do whatever it takes. We spend a lot of money on marketing, and we're confident that we're going to get sold so much that we put our money where the mouth, how's it saying? The money where our mouth is.
Right.
If we can't sell it, then we will buy it.
Okay.
And, it's not an easy thing to do. And you know what? God has blessed me, so I haven't had to buy anybody's house. But if I have to, I will.
Right.
We have a property management company as well. So we do invest in properties. So if we need to buy somebody's house to help them get where they need to go, then we'll do it, because we want to make sure that everybody is going where they need to go. Okay,
so this seminar, I'm gonna put it up one more time as well, because I want to get it out there. It says, okay, so dreaming of your home, but you can't picture it. Now, I love it. It's this attention home buyer seminar to see the full picture. And that's what everybody's, sometimes when they listen to the news, they're all worried about this part, that part, this part. Now, a friend of mine said to me, if I bring you on this show, I have to ask you this question or I'm a dead man. Okay. So before it was about having the money, right? And having the pay down and everything. Now they have this new thing. Hold on. What's it called? Where the stress test. Okay. So you even know it's called the stress test. What's with the stress test?
A lot of people like this, and they're just, it is truly causing stress. So
it's
legacy of being a stress test.
Okay. So here it is. I'm not going to tell you who the person is. But he had the money. Like he had a whopping money to drop on the house. Like that was no about it. Like he's ready, he's excited, he dropped on the money. And then when he went to the bank, they said, "Oh, you don't qualify." And he's like, "What do you mean? I have all this money to drop on the house." And they said, "Yeah, but the stress test." What's that about? Let's break that down for everybody.
Well, the stress test has made a major impact in our market. And long and short, what basically happened is the government wants to dip in people's pockets. That's the bottom line. So people were making too much money on real estate, and the prices kept soaring through the roof. So the government, they tried different measures to try and slow down the market, and it wasn't working. So they they basically drew the line in the sand.
Okay.
Said, this is it. So what the stress test is, there's different variables that come into play. So first and foremost, you have to make sure that whatever you're buying you qualify 2% more than the post rate. So for example, if the mortgage rate is 3.29%, you have to qualify at 5.29%, which,
okay.
as you can imagine, makes a huge dent and makes a big difference, right? You also have to have a certain amount of money to put down. You have to have the credit to make sure that it works, and you have to have limited debt. So in your colleague or friend situation, I don't know, obviously, because I don't know who he is, but having a lot of money isn't the only answer. You also have to meet all the other criteria. So if his credit wasn't the greatest, or if he had some outstanding debt, that could be a contributing factor to if you can or cannot buy the property. Another thing they introduced was anything that you buy over 500,000. Before, for any home buyers buying for themselves, they could put down as little as 5%, and that's still available.
Okay.
However, what they've done now is for every dollar over 500,000, you have to put down 10%. So it makes the down payment that much larger. And as you can imagine, in our market, there's a lot of properties that are available, but most of them are over that $500,000 threshold. So you're forced to put down more money. And then once again, you still have to qualify based on your income, based on the quote unquote lack of debts, and all the other factors. So
basically, you not only do you have to come up with the funds, you have to come up with all the variables, all that comes up together.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so
what you should do is get him to reach out to me. I could take a more in-depth look at the situation and see what's going on, because I don't understand why the person he was dealing with didn't break it down to him to say, okay, this is what you need to do to get where you need to go. And I'll do that. I'm not, he doesn't have to pay me. I'll just try to help him out to make sure that we got him in the right direction.
All right. So do you mind if I put your phone number up then?
Of course.
All right. So please contact Roger. He's right there. That's the phone number to get in touch with him. And if you notice what he does, he gives out information. You know what I mean? And one thing I liked about Roger is before we were even thinking about it, he just gives helping hand tips. He's like, hey, before you go do this, you don't have to use me, but here's some helping tips. Here it is. And that's why I did use him, because if you're willing just to give out tips, he's not afraid to give information. And that's what people need, is the information. And when you feel comfortable with the information, then you can find somebody to trust. So call him. There's his number right on the screen, 647-491-7816. And then once again, I'm going to go to his website right there. And if you have any questions, he can help you out. But the main factor is the event is coming up. And I think if you are new to the game or you just want some more information, then you need to go to this event. All right. So make sure you are approaching that time, get to the event, and get there early. It starts 3 p.m. sharp, right, Roger?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
If you're interested, you can call me. The numbers on the flyer. You can go to that domain to register. That domain, if you do type it in, please type it in as you see it. It's case sensitive. You can register, and we're going to have a lot of valuable information. The last one we did, I had some people start to cry. Actually, I was actually, whoa. Wow. I didn't want to make anybody cry, but you know what? It's just because sometimes people, when they think about the situation, and it just makes them realize that, you know what, I need to do better. And that's what we're trying to do, because, you know what, a lot of people talk and they don't take action. And when you come to the event, we're going to challenge you. And the reason why we're going to challenge you is because you can't stay stagnant and expect to go anywhere, right? So there's no excuses, because we are going to go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're right. There is no excuses, because if you don't know the information, you're holding it back yourself. There's some people out there that can actually afford a house right now, but they don't know, they're afraid to, and they need somebody to give them the helping hand. So,
quick story. I hope this client's not watching, because I won't say if it's a he or she, because they'll probably get upset with me. I have a client that I was working with. He's a referral, and this person wanted to buy a property, and they have loads of money, but it's just scared of where things are going to go with the market, and didn't want to make the move. And this person, we went out, took a look at a property. We actually bought a pre-construction property, and it was right downtown where they wanted to be. It was ideal. And then the person backed out because they were just scared of what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And what ended up happening is Google announced that they're bringing Google Sidewalk downtown, and it was right where this person purchased. and the prices went through the roof.
Oh no.
And yeah, I feel sorry for this person because it's exactly that. It's fear. It's nothing other than that. The money's there, great income, zero debt, but just the fear of getting in. And I have a bunch of different clients that are the same situation, that fear. Just like we started off the show by talking about fear. And fear is a dangerous thing. You know, it's the Bible says that He doesn't give us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. And I think people need to understand that and recognize that you can't get anywhere if you're living fearfully. You have to take the chance, you got to take the risk. And once again, what we try to do is we want to make sure that we help people understand that we're holding their hand every step of the way so that it eliminates the fear that they have. And once again, Chuck, if you can, throw out my number. Guys, if you have any questions at all about anything, give me a call. It's not going to charge you anything. We're here to help. To be honest with you, Chuck, funny story. I've actually lost business because I'm too honest. And, I had a client recently that I've been speaking to for about, let's say, maybe going on to 2 years. And just like you said, giving advice on things that they should do. They want to sell their home. And I gave advice. And a lot of realtors, what they'll do is they'll just go in, sign the paperwork for the sign the property and say, okay, let's sell it. And what I like to do is when I'm dealing with clients is I always say, okay, you know what? It's up to you, but let's do this because we can get you more money for your home. Most of my listings, they're like showpieces because people come, they see, wow, this home. And that's why we can sell homes quickly, is because we are able to make homes look a certain way that people want. And sometimes they'll pay more money because they want to get a specific property based on the way it looks. So with this client, I gave the suggestions. They were humming and hawing, went back and forth a few times. And then after eventually deciding to do it, backed out and said they're not going to do it and decide to, I think they decided to go with someone else. They basically told me that they don't want to work with me anymore. And you know what, it is what it is. I can't be bitter because it happens in our business. You're going to lose, you're going to win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, I like to sleep well at night. So the thing about me,
no, and it's great. I like it because you're telling the truth. And the thing about you is, at the end of the day, you can go with a clear conscience.
For sure. And right? You know what? I like I said, I like to sleep well at night. Only thing I fear is God itself. And, I give clients my opinion. If they don't take it, that's fine. You don't have to take it. And if they don't want to work with me, that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do get upset. My wife, who I love dearly and is my rock and everything that I am, she keeps me grounded and she says, Roger, stop it. Stop acting like a little baby. Get back on your horse and do your thing. And you know what? Once she gives me the hard talks after, I'm okay. I'm back to my regular self and I can handle it. But the point is, I sleep well at night. So I tell people the difference between me and a lot of realtors is I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
But see, the
sometimes people can't take it.
No, but here's the thing too. Like, I'm like that too. So knock on wood from our ways too. Because when you see things and you go, that's not, like when I'm out to an event, right? Mm-hmm. I'm an MC. And then when I see things not going correctly, my wife's like, relax. I'm like, but no, like they should be up there right now. Like, why is the waiter like this? Well, it's in you. So I can understand what you're saying is like when you see people struggling or the sign's not there or things are not happening properly, it irritates you because you know that things should be better for the client. Mm. Yeah, so I totally understand what you're saying. So this is what we want you to do. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. You can comment and you can screen. We're going to show it to you one more time. So before we let you go, Roger, I want to throw this up. Because people are always telling me one area is better than one area, or how do you do the whole area? So I found this. I'm going to bring this up right there. Okay, so how far, if someone wants to use you, and there's the map, where do you go? How far do you go?
Our boundaries are Ontario.
Oh, okay.
As much as people think I'm joking, I'm dead serious. So we've done business in Barrie. We've done this. I actually just did a transaction in Welland. I have a big project coming up in Niagara Falls. I have clients that may be watching that are out in Ajax. We're all over the place. I've done business in Florida. I'm actually going to start promoting some different products that we have in Florida and Phoenix. I know that I have clients that have been asking, they want to get something down south for retirement. So you know what, anything you have to, actually I was just talking to a client yesterday that was looking at something up north. He wants to buy some land and build a cottage. So you know what, and I'm just here to help. Anything you have questions wise regarding real estate, regardless if I can help you, I can lead you towards somebody that can. I've had a lot of experience in dealing with properties in the US as well as Canada. So they're completely different markets. I'm actually part of an organization that we get together. I just came back from Anaheim on Sunday. I got back where we have different meetings, and the room had like 300 or 400 different realtors, and we share opinions. We see what works, what doesn't work. So it allows me to network. And like I said, I was able to connect with some realtors. I actually met this one realtor. I won't say his name, but wow, he just blew my mind with some of the things that he's doing. He's in Phoenix, and he shared some ideas with me that I'm going to start implementing. I have connections in Florida, Los Angeles. So wherever someone needs real estate, I'm your guy. I'll help you out. And if I don't have the answer, I'll point you towards it. So.
All right. So we had one listener to pull it up. Roger Townsend and his team are highly recommended.
Des, you go, girl.
There you go.
Actually, let's say one more thing. Des, if you're watching, and this applies to you as well, Chuck, I have a client appreciation event coming up next month on June the 5th, and I'm going to reach out. Unfortunately, I can't invite everybody because it is very limited seating, but I'm going to have another event coming in later in the year. So, Chuck, make yourself available. All you guys watching, I'm going to send out details because you know what? I want you guys to come, eat food, leave belly full, and just have a good night with the Townsend team. So
all right.
I will send you details. So if you don't get details, hit me up, and I will make sure that you get it for everybody out there.
All right. So before we let you go, one more time, make sure you come to this special event. What's the cost?
Nothing. Free. So there's no excuse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is your gas and your time. And
that's
you know what? If you show up, I will feed you. So,
there you go.
You know what? Free.
I know it's free, but that's why I asked, because people are like, oh, I can't make it. There's no excuse. If you want to gain into your future, if you want to get to the next level, then you need to come to this event. And that's why I call my show Jump. All right. I call my show Jump, and I brand it. I talk about it. It's in the logo because in our lives, we have to take that next step, get to the edge, and jump. And if this is your jumping moment, even if it takes you 20 minutes to sit in front of Roger and his team to sit down, this might be your jumping moment. This might be your jumping moment to say, hey, I need to get further in life and purchase that first home, that second home, or just invest. This is why you need to go. All right. So make sure you go there, find out one more time. All right. May 11th, 2019 at 3 p.m. It's happening in Mississauga. All right. Make sure you get there and register. The register information is right there. All right. And please make sure you type it out. It's case sensitive and everything right there. VIP homeowner. It's bit.ly and it's free. Just register and let people know that you're going. Bring a friend. You know what I mean? It's fine. Sure. Bring as much people as you want. Maybe you have a friend that's looking to buy a home. Just let them know. Come on down. And then once again, if you cannot make it, all right, I want you to go to the website, callroger.ca, right? Give him a call.
With that phone number, by the way, some people call and they get discouraged that they may not get me. As you can imagine, I do different events with clients, and I'd like to give everybody their respect. So I don't always answer the phone. So if you call and I don't answer, please text me. I promise that I'll get back to you. We actually have a guarantee in our business that we promise to get back to you within 24 hours. And I never wait 24 hours, but I'll get back to you.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, and if he's busy, there's the email. All right. Buy or sell at callroger.ca. All right. Mm-hmm. Roger, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, Chuck. And like I said, I hope that it doesn't take another 12, 15 years before I get another invite back to your show, because this was fabulous. Really appreciate it. And I think what you're doing is incredible. For all you out there, I've known Chuck. I went to, I think it was a birthday party with the kids where we met. And you know what? I've seen Chuck being the MC at different events. He used to do the Brampton A's who were in there. He was the guy in the mic. And Chuck is just an excitable guy. If you have a wedding coming up, you have to hit my boy Chuck up, because he will make sure it's live, that everybody's having a good time. As you can see, he is always smiling, always a happy guy. And Chuck, I know this wasn't scripted. It's an endorsement for you, because
I'll pay you later.
You're good people, man. You're good people. So guys out there watching, hit up Chuck if you have the wedding, if you need an event. He'll make sure that you are blown away with all of you.
Well, I appreciate it. So one more time, we'll talk to you later, Roger.
All right, sounds good.
Listen, people, that's my friend Roger, and you need to give him a call. You know what I mean? I call the show Jump for a reason, because you need to take the opportunity and jump. All right. Thank you for watching. And one more time, if you want to get on the show, or you know somebody, you have something coming up that's really important, you can hit me up. It's 416-414-8964 or info@cmjent.com. But I want to make sure that you go. Don't hesitate and go. One more time, there is the flyer. All right. You've been watching Jump here live. Talk to you later.